pretty soon the last, final chapter in the Resident Evil movie saga is going to be released. And in order to celebrate this, I'm going to do a marathon, watching every single Resident Evil movie one after the other, and I'm gonna review them. So let's start with the first movie. Resident Evil was released in 2002 and it is directed and written by Paul Thomas Anderson. By Paul W.S. Anderson. He's not the very famous indie filmmaker. He's actually a fairly competent action director who has made some very interesting movies like Event Horizon, and who has made also other video game adaptations like Mortal Kombat, which is probably the most beloved video game movie right now, which is saying quite a lot. But honestly, I love the Resident Evil movies, and this I have to say it before we get into all of these reviews. I love the video game franchise. I've played every single one of them except the light gun games, which are uninteresting to me, but I've played the first trilogy, I've played the last trilogy, 4, 5 and 6, I've also played Revelations 1 and 2, I've played Mercenaries 3DS, I've played the HD remaster for the first game and Resident Evil 0. I have played pretty much every single Resident Evil game, but right now there is also Resident Evil 7, which looks pretty amazing, and I think I'll buy it when it gets on sale or one day in the future. But I've also watched every single movie, and I've only watched the last one, or the latest one, in theaters, and all the other ones I watched them at home. And those are guilty pleasures. And what is a guilty pleasure? In case you don't know, those are movies that are not necessarily all that good, but that you still enjoy. A lot of people might hate them, but you still enjoy them. And Resident Evil, the first one, is... it's joyful. And the best thing about this movie, especially rewatching it right now, is the pacing. This movie is 1 hour and 40 minutes long and it goes by very darn fast. It is very fast paced, there is no time for filler, everything matters in the movie, it's constantly moving, there is a timer, so there is this rush, this sense of urgency while watching it, and boy, it's a fun movie. Sometimes unintentionally, sometimes intentionally, but the acting, first of all, is not all that great. Milla Jovovich is, I don't know how to qualify her, a beautiful woman, sure, but as an actress, I don't know if she's just really good at playing an amnesiac protagonist who never appeared in the video game franchise, or if she's just not all that good. Yeah, but the rest of the cast isn't half bad. There is also Michelle Rodriguez, who is probably the most memorable character of the bunch, and there is also James Purefoy from Solomon Kane. It's a nice movie, you should check it out. And in this movie he plays an American, and boy does he struggle with his English accent. It's fun. It's very fun.
Come with me. We can have everything we've ever wanted. Money's out there, waiting. You wouldn't believe how much.
The rest of the team members, because this is one of those alien/predator type movies, there is a group of members who have to do a mission and they're hunted down by monsters. That's pretty much the generic premise of the movie. And in this one, they have to enter the Hive, which is the base of the Umbrella Corporations, who is mostly famous for creating computers and a lot of good technological things, but they also create biological weapons and military weapons. There is a biohazard problem in the facility, everyone is turned into zombies, and it's the job of this team to disable the main AI in order to prevent the virus from escaping. I don't know. The plot is not the biggest component of this movie, and the action is the most fun part of it, and there are multiple action sequences where the zombies are just gigantic bullet sponges. There is an entire sequence where it's just 4 or 5 people in a circle shooting at all the zombies, and it just goes on. It's like pa 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 pa, and then slow motion, and then fast cuts, and then zombies just falling down, and pa 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 pa, slow motion. It's ridiculous. the look of the zombies is interesting when done practically, because this is a 2002 movie, and in that time period the same thing happened with Blade 2 by Guillermo del Toro. You had incredible practical effects of gore and violence, and then incredibly shitty CGI. And in these movies, some of the zombie makeup is done with practical effects and it looks pretty darn good. Sometimes it's even kind of creepy, honestly. And then some of the zombies are made with CGI. And just look at this shit. I mean, if that looks real to you, good for you, because it looks shitty, incredibly shitty. And that's not the only problem. There is also the hunter who appears near the end of the movie, who doesn't look all that convincing. It's dated. It's a dated movie, and I accept it. Okay, I accept it, but it still manages to be quite fun, and some of those effects actually add to the enjoyment of the movie. And there are some scenes that are downright stupid and incredibly fun. I mean, just watch this sequence.
They were conscious. You're going into shock. Stay awake!
I am almost there. Turn! It's coming back! It's coming back!
Every single time I watch it, I can't stop laughing. It's hilarious. It's really hilarious. And the other incredible thing is that that scene influenced a sequence in Resident Evil 4. Can you believe it? Usually it's movies that borrow from video games, not the video games that borrow from the movies. So there's that. I do like the music to the movie. It's kind of trashy, generic action techno music from early 2000s. And the ending is kind of spoilery for the next movie, because in Resident Evil Apocalypse there is Nemesis, and there is all this big mystery of who is actually Nemesis. And at the end of this movie, the last team member who's alive, other than Alice/Milla Jovovich, they say, oh, he's mutating, we have to get him into the Nemesis program. So you're like, oh, he's gonna be Nemesis in the next movie. I mean, sorry if I spoiled the movie to you, but that's kind of bullshit. But still, this is the first movie in what I think they weren't expecting to be a almost 15-year-long movie franchise. It's prolific, it's highly successful, and honestly I like it. Some people hate it, downright hate it, but I think that those are incredibly enjoyable movies. Is the first one a good movie? Almost. It's almost a good movie. It has some good sequences, it's poorly acted, some of the CGI is dated horribly, and the story is just completely uninteresting from a purely plot point of view. The actual things that happen are mildly amusing, but the main goal is confusing and it keeps changing throughout the entire movie, with the Red Queen as this little child, British especially, because it's creepy, I guess. But still, I do recommend that you check out the first Resident Evil movie. It's quite something. But still, guys, tell me, what do you think of the first Resident Evil movie? And do you like it or do you dislike it compared to the video game franchise? Tell me in the comments below. Thanks guys for watching, to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.